you're rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
Yamaha rider Fabio Quartararo heaped high praise on Marc Marquez following the sprint race at Brno in 2025. In the intense race, Marquez, who had initially led the race, experienced a drop in tire performance known as tire drop. However, instead of forcing himself and losing his rhythm, Marquez took a smart move that many other riders did not make. "Marc is truly a genius," Quartararo said after the race. When his front tire started losing grip, he didn't panic. He let Pedro Acosta pass, then stayed close behind. That strategy wasn't just about maintaining position, it was also a smart way to cool down the tires. According to Quartararo, that moment marked a turning point for Marquez. With tire temperature stabilizing, the Ducati rider began pressuring Acosta again and eventually reclaimed first place in the final laps. The way he reads the situation, knowing when to attack and when to defend, that's what sets Marc apart from other riders, Fabio added. "I think it's not just about speed, but extraordinary racing intelligence." The race in Brno witnessed a strategic duel between Acosta and Marquez. While many other riders focused solely on raw speed, Marquez once again proved that experience and intelligence can be the deadliest weapons on the track. And here's the full story. The 2025 Motogp Brno sprint race once again provided the stage for Marc Marquez's stunning performance. While it wasn't the first time the 8-time world champion demonstrated his skill on the bike, the way Marquez handled the tire drop issue in this race earned him widespread praise, including from Yamaha rider Fabio Quartararo. Marquez, starting from the front row, immediately hit the gas from the start and successfully took the lead. However, midway through the race, the performance of his front tire began to deteriorate drastically. Grip was diminishing, and signs of wear were threatening his stability. In such a critical situation, many riders would typically try to hold onto the lead at all costs, often ending in loss of control or a crash. But not Marc Marquez. Seeing the tires heating up and wearing out, Marquez opted for an unconventional move. He deliberately slowed down slightly and allowed Pedro Acosta from the KTM team to overtake him. But surprisingly, Marquez didn't let go. He continued to trail Acosta from behind at a steady pace, maintaining a safe distance while giving his front tire some rest. Fabio Quartararo, who also finished the race and witnessed the maneuver directly from behind, couldn't help but admire the strategy. "I've never seen another rider that smart during a race," Quartararo said after the race. "When the tires start to drop, most riders panic or lose their rhythm. But Marc let Acosta pass, stayed close, lowered the tire temperature, and then when the time was right, he counterattacked." The strategy proved successful. A few laps before the end, Marquez's tire temperature began to stabilize again. He immediately increased his pace and aggressively pressured Acosta, ultimately reclaiming first place brilliantly. The crowd cheered at the incredible duel, but many overlooked that the victory wasn't just about speed, but about the intelligence to read the race conditions. "That's what makes Marc different," Quartararo continued. "He's not just fast, but he knows when to yield and when to attack. That's the art of racing that not all riders possess." Marquez's victory in Brno further solidified his reputation as a rider who is not only physically and technically strong but also mentally brilliant. For Fabio Quartararo, that moment became a valuable lesson about how a true champion can turn the potential for defeat into victory, simply by reading the situation and making decisions that other riders wouldn't even consider. The Brno circuit today bore silent witness to a historic moment for Yamaha. The Japanese manufacturer quietly but intensively tested its latest V4 engine, driven by their star test rider, Augusto Fernandez. This secret test session was not just routine, but a crucial preparation for Fernandez's wildcard appearance, which is expected to shake up the Motogp scene in the near future. Yamaha, which has long been synonymous with inline-4 engines, now appears to be taking a bold step. The shift to a V4 configuration signifies their ambitious goal to return to the pinnacle of competition, particularly in terms of power and top speed, which have been their weak points in recent seasons. Fernandez, extraordinary potential, but adaptation is needed. On the track that once witnessed the glory of legends, Fernandez completed dozens of laps with full concentration. Each lap was not just about speed but also about collecting vital data for the development of this V4 engine. Yamaha's technical team, fully alert in the paddock, closely monitored every detail of the telemetry. "It feels very different from the inline-4 engine I usually ride," Fernandez said shortly after completing the session. "The power delivery is more instantaneous, and there's a unique feel when accelerating out of corners. The potential is extraordinary, but we need further adaptation to find the best setup." The rider, known for his precise racing style, explained that their main focus is understanding how the weight distribution and power characteristics of the V4 engine affect the bike's handling. The V4 engine has different vibrations and power delivery. The challenge is to integrate it perfectly with the chassis and electronics to keep the bike agile in corners, he added. Yamaha's strategic move toward a new era. Yamaha's decision to explore the V4 engine is not without reason. Competition in Motogp is intensifying, with most top manufacturers like Ducati, KTM, and Aprilia having long relied on V4 configurations for advantages in acceleration and top speed. Yamaha recognizes that to compete at the highest level again, radical innovation is key. The testing in Brno is a strong signal that Yamaha is serious about reclaiming its dominance. The data collected from Fernandez's sessions will serve as the foundation for further prototype development, possibly even for the upcoming racing season. Fernandez's wildcard appearance in one of the upcoming Grand Prix series will mark the public debut of the V4 engine, and all eyes will be on it. "This is a major investment and a massive technical challenge for us," said an anonymous Yamaha insider. "But we are confident this is the right step for Yamaha's future in Motogp." Augusto's feedback is invaluable and gives us high optimism. The motorcycle racing community is eagerly awaiting Yamaha's official announcement regarding Augusto Fernandez's wildcard debut. Will this V4 engine become Yamaha's secret weapon to return to the path of victory? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: a new era for Yamaha may have just begun at the Brno circuit.
Rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Got some egos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer.